shotgun. This time he'll keep it himself around the left edge. Unable to get a block there as Castro kind of missed his guy, but able to pick up around 5 or 6. After a 1st and 25, not bad to get back at least a handful there, Jacob.
Neither team really has done anything. Lytle just got set back 25 yards for some penalty.
All right, so a second down coming up here for Lytle. Handoff goes up the middle this time. Able to escape a couple tackles. It was actually off the left edge. That was Vincent Casanova able to escape a couple of Rohawk defenders. Able to pick up a handful there, and now it's at least a 3rd and 15. 3rd and 15 coming up here. 8:40 remaining in the first quarter. If you're just now joining us, folks, Randolph got the ball first, able to pick up a handful of yards, and that was it. They had to punt it away, and Lytle got the ball starting off at around their 40-yard line. And a 15-yard penalty started the drive out stagnantly for them. Here's Aldridge, a couple of fakes. He's going to keep it around the left-hand side. Still downfield, and he's going to throw it away, and it was intercepted by a Rohawk defender there. But I believe he was out of bounds. As if I'm Aldridge, I want to make sure that ball is thrown well outside before I make it anywhere close. Almost intercepted. I'm not sure either. He just kind of tossed the ball up, throwing it away, giving up on the play, which was smart, but got to get it well out of range. Almost intercepted. So Lytle will have to punt. A net negative 5 yards on that drive, so neither team doing anything offensively so far. Daniel Aguirre for the punt. It'll be fumbled around the 30-yard line. A couple of Pirates able to get down there. Escapes one tackle and a nice hit there by Vincent Casanova, who makes the running back. That was Larrick's fumble the ball. After a short gain, that's where Randolph will start out with. That was, Lazarick Banks. So there's a Pirate down on the field. Not sure his number yet. Tell you what here, Jacob, this is a big ball game here for Lytle. If they can come away with the win here tonight, they would get their first district win, and they really need to make a push here with only a handful of games left in this season. I believe 4 games left. I believe that might have been Kason Boyd there who was down for the Pirates, but he popped up. He's good over there on the sideline. Not requiring any more attention. I think there was a flag for holding or a block in the back there on Randolph, which is why they placed the ball back at the 24-yard line. I think he originally went out around the 34, so that would make sense. A 10-yard move back. Here's Randolph from their underneath snap. It's going to be around the left edge. That's going to be the running back, number 43, Trayvon Moore, and he's still on his feet across the 50, across the 40, and finally going to be brought down or inside the 35. A nice pickup there on first down for Randolph, and this drive has started out much better than the last. Unable to contain that edge over there was Lytle. That's the problem whenever you have so many guys playing both ways. You know, obviously we're only on our 3rd possession of the game, but it does kind of tire you out, and you got to have everybody playing hard on every single down. Unable to set that edge at all. Darren Martinez, the sophomore cornerback on the far side, pretty much had 0 help. The underneath position that Lytle gets into, I like to call the Pirate formation. This one we'll call the Rohawk formation. They got 2 up backs on either side and a running back and a receiver split to the far side. It's pretty much the same formation over and over, kind of like a Navy offense. For any of you college football fans, there was a quick fall start there for Randolph. They'll move him back 5 to the 37-yard line. Again, tonight is homecoming for the Lytle Pirates, so big opportunity here for these seniors to get a win on their last homecoming. In motion late was Banks. The handoff goes up the middle, that time to Colton Howard, the running back. Able to get it to the 34-yard line, 33 maybe. And that's going to bring up a second down and 11 or 12, just a few on the play.
They keep running that same play where they send either number 43 or number 11 in motion.
Yeah, it is pretty much the same play over and over again. A quick late motion. Here comes number 11, Banks. They're going to fake it to him. This time the quarterback rolls out left. Eyes downfield. He's got an open man, and that one's dropped, it looks like. It was intended for Trayvon Moore, who had the long run just a few moments ago, and bad pass falls incomplete. There was a flag here on the near side. Still no call. And it's going to be an illegal formation against the Rohawks. That's going to bump them back 5 more, and they have, similar to Lytle, stymied their own drive as they are plagued with penalties here early. The ball will be placed back at the 39-yard line on the left hash. This time, same formation, just the near side receiver to this side. Quarterback's going to hand it around the edge here to Moore, coming to the near side. A nice tackle there by the near side corner. Kind of a dual tackle there by Bubba Solis. And I believe that was Zachary Placido. Nice tackle, able to get back some yards, though, was Trayvon Moore on the end around. Ball will be placed at the 31-yard line, and that'll be a 3rd down and 9 coming up. We've hit the 6-minute mark here in the first quarter. Still 0-0 between Lytle and Randolph. We've only seen one pass here so far from the Rohawk quarterback. That's Sam Garrett. This time he's got his eyes downfield after escaping a couple of guys. Lobs it downfield, and that's going to fall incomplete just out of the hands of number 81. That's John Allen, the junior tight end. He had him open. He had gotten behind this Pirate defense, and just unable to make the pass was Garrett. So that'll bring up a 4th down and 9, and we'll see what they elect to do from the 31-yard line. Again, 4th down and 9 coming up here. They're gonna elect to keep the offense on the field. Garrett underneath. A late motion there by Banks. He's gonna fake it and then roll around to his right, then throw back left to Banks, all the way on the far side, and that's gonna fall incomplete. A nice trickery play there, but comes up empty-handed are the Rohawks, and Lytle will pick up things there from their own 31.
Yeah, number 11, or the Rohawks had multiple chances to score this drive off of long plays, but just not the best execution.
So no points here. 5:28 remaining in the first quarter. Lytle against Randolph. Homecoming here for the Pirates. Again, Lytle 2-4 on the season. This would be a big win as they have yet to find the W column in district play. Randolph 1-0. They beat Cole last week. Lytle comes out in kind of a spread formation here. The handoff from Aldridge goes to Mark Cantu around the edge on the far side, and that's a nice pickup of around 4 on 1st down. And I'll tell you what here, Jacob, Lytle's really got to get their run game going. Last week it was stuck. Not able to pick up very many yards at all. I would doubt they even rushed for 100 yards last week on the ground, as Marion had a pretty stingy defense and kept the ball, from going very far.
Yeah, and last week Pirates passed maybe 10% of their plays.
Exactly. Justin DeLeon goes in on a late motion here. Handoff to Cantu from Aldridge. Cantu near the 1st down marker, out to around the 39. And he'll be a couple yards short, but a 3rd down and 2 coming up. So the ball placed at the 39-yard line. 4 minutes, just over 4 minutes remaining here. Randolph's got a lot of guys in the box here. Lytle will hand the ball up the middle, and that's going to be a first down by Malachi Castro, able to get to the 44. So 3 straight runs and a first down for Lytle. Got hit hard as he crossed the first down marker, but was able to pick it up. This first quarter is going by fairly quick. 3:45 remaining in the first quarter. Again, 0-0 is our score. 2 receivers to the far side. 1 to the near side. DeLeon in the backfield with Aldridge. He looks right. He's going to keep it himself. Able to evade Banks there on the defense and crosses the 50 before he's forced out there by Lazarick Banks. And a nice pickup there by Aldridge. And I'll tell you what, that's what we saw against LaPrire there several weeks back whenever Lytle put up 61 points, was Aldridge got involved in the game early, able to use his legs, use his speed and quickness, was able to avoid some tacklers there, kept his eyes downfield but didn't see anything. And I'll tell you what, Jacob, we're really going to have to see Aldridge get involved here in his run game if we want to see things open up here for this Pirate offense.
Yeah. The run game's going to have to open up in order for the pass game to open up.
So Lytle comes out in the Pirate formation. Aldridge in shotgun. He looks right. He's going to heave it deep. He's got a man in good coverage. And an excellent catch there. Logan Wilson. Excellent catch. The senior wide receiver able to come down with it. Fantastic catch. And that'll put the ball at the 20. Lytle with a huge pickup there of around 30 yards.
That's his first game back since Natalia, which was 4 or 5 weeks ago.
So I'm sure the Pirate coaching staff's happy to have Wilson back in the lineup here as he gets the ball into the red zone. First down and 10 for the Pirates. 3 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Handoff's going to go to Malachi Castro and a short gain of just 1 or so. There is a late flag thrown by the head referee. By the looks of it, it looks like it's going against Lytle, and it is holding against Lytle. So after a big play on first down, they'll be moved back 10. And penalties have just plagued both of these offenses, Jacob. Neither team able to do a whole lot because after they do something good, they get hit with several penalties, and they'll have to either punt it away or turn it over.
Yeah, penalties affecting both teams
We've seen a handful so far. Aldridge in shotgun. It looks like it's a keeper all the way for him to the left hand or to the near side. Able to get it to around the 26. Pickup of around 4 on the play, and that'll be a second down. And 16 coming up. Clock has been ticking quite a bit, especially with Lytle on offense with their consistent run game as we approach the 2-minute mark. Still 0-0. Placido, the near side receiver. Look like they might have been offside as Aldridge is going to throw it deep, and he's got a man open, and that's Wilson. Touchdown, Lytle. Wilson with a nice poster out there and able to feed it between 2 nearing defenders was Aldridge, and I'll tell you what, it's great to have Wilson back.
Yeah, they made perfect execution out of the penalty because the defense, they jumped off sides, and that's just a free play, so they just threw it up and hope for the best.
Tell you what, Aldridge had a nice throw there, put it on a line. That's the only spot he could have put it. Aguirre for the point after. The hold was the snap was a little off, and that's actually going to be no good. Misses it short and to the right was Aguirre. A bad snap there. It looked like, at least, by Case and Boyd, unfortunately. The hold was Ryan Wagner. He was able to get the ball back down, but the kick is no good. So 6-0 Pirates as they find the scoreboard first. We got 1:58 remaining in the first quarter. And I want to go back to that touchdown there, Jacob. Logan Wilson, again, the senior wide receiver you mentioned before, hasn't played since the Natalia game several weeks ago. And it's nice to have him back as he had 2 big catches on that drive.
Yeah, he seems to have a big effect on this team.
A big, probably 30 to 35-yard gain on what would make a first down and get him down to the 20 after a couple of penalties there for Lytle. Able to find him there on the deep post route or deep dig route. I guess it was a post for the end zone. Threaded the ball between 2 Rohawk defenders. Could have been almost intercepted. But it did fall in Wilson's hands. And that'll put Lytle up 6-0. So Aguirre to kick it off again, 6-0 after Lytle missed that extra point. Hopefully that doesn't come back to cost him. And this time it's going to be a short little kick that's going to take several bounces inside the 20. It's going to stay in bounds. Here's Lazarick Banks with the return. He's only going to get a few out to around the 24-yard line. There was a flag on the play. I would assume some sort of hold. That's typically what you see here. Bubba Solis in on the tackle. And that is what it's going to be, holding against the Rohawks. So that'll pin them back inside their own 20. An interesting kickoff there by Aguirre as he had several hops there, able to go over the second line of the return team and kind of just fell in no man's land. Lazarick Banks was able to pick it up, but unable to get anywhere by the time he got it.
Yeah, I don't know if that's what he meant to do or not.
I'm not sure either, but it worked out in Lytle's favorite. The Rohawks will start out at their 14-yard line. Here's the pitch to Lazarick Banks on the near side. A nice little run there on first down, able to pick up around 6. Devin Caldera in on the stop. Nice tackle by him. That'll bring us to the 1:30 mark here in the first quarter. Again, Lytle leads 6-0. A second down and short coming up here for the Rohawks. Here's Garrett from under center. They've come out in the same formation every time so far tonight. Here's Trayvon Moore around the far side, enough for a first down. Escapes a couple of Lytle Pirate defenders and finally brought down by a group of Pirates after he crossed the 30-yard line. And Trayvon Moore has been pretty much the only offense Randolph's had so far on these end-arounds. He's one of the upbacks. The long run there on the last possession, that was again ended up going stagnant due to penalties. But a nice first down run there for him. Ball's placed at the 31, left hash. Bridger McGeough, the near side receiver. Handoff this time is going to go up the middle to the running back. That's number 2, Colton Howard. Able to get it to the 35, pick up a 4 on the play, and that'll bring up a second down at 6. Cody Villarreal back in for the Pirates, as well as Roberson Harold. James Black and Mr. Hernandez for the Pirates checking out for the game. So he's Garrett from underneath center. He'll pitch it to Lazarick Banks. on the far side, enough for another first down here, and the Rohawks have a couple of first downs in a row. So a first down here for the Rohawks. And that's going to be it for the first quarter. So Lytle's 6, Rohawks 0 as we end the first quarter. We'll be back here shortly as we get set for the second quarter.
Defense reconvening before they go back out on the field. Let's give them some energy and let's stop.
And we're back here, folks. Again, just started the second quarter. 6-0. Lytle leads Randolph. Third game of district play for Lytle. They find themselves 0-2. Randolph 0-1 after beating Cole last week. This time, Rohawks will go in from right to left as we change field. Lazarick Banks on the handoff to the far side. Across the 50, out and around the 47, and a nice first down pickup for the Rohawks. Tell you what, it seems like they're doing the exact same play over and over again. You would have thought during film this week or during, practice reps that Lytle would have been coached on what to do on these end arounds, and haven't really had much of a solution so far.
Yeah, I mean they just keep running the same play and a couple of options on the play, but I mean you should be ready because they haven't really changed it up much.
You're right. There's really only 3 guys that have touched the ball so far, either one of the upbacks or the running back up the middle on a quick dive. So this time they'll go with the dive. Oh, no, it'll be a run around the edge here on the near side. And a nice first down pickup there by number 7. First time we've called his name, DeAndre Holmes, the junior running back. They even confused me there. I guess that might be why they do it. But, again, only a few guys to stop here on this play. They're only doing the same play over and over again.
Yeah.
Nice tackle by, I believe that was Devin Caldera on the near side. No, I think that was actually Zachary Placido possibly. So first down and 10 here for the Rohawks. They've gotten a few first downs in a row. Here's Lazarick Banks, and he is off to the races. And he's going to go in for the score, untouched from the 30-yard line, 35-yard line. 6-6 now is our score.
They actually changed up the formation on that play.
Yeah, it did look like it. Lazarick Banks, who's touched the ball several times so far tonight for Randolph, got the handoff up the middle, and I don't think anyone even touched him there, Jacob.
Nope.
So the quarterback in is actually going to serve as their kicker. So Sam Garrett with the point after. Snap and hold are good, and so is the kick. And just like that, Randolph takes advantage, and 7-6 now. Randolph leading. So again, 7-6 our score. Randolph just took the lead after making their extra point. Lytle unable to make theirs on their first touchdown of the game. 10:29 remaining in the second quarter. Randolph so far this season beating Harper 28-8 to start things out, then losing their only game of the season so far to Devine. 34-20, beating Brazos large, 62-14. Then Sachs Christian School there in San Antonio, 48-0, and then Cole, 41-0. So in the last 3 games here, this Rohawk defense only allowing 14 points total, 2 shutouts in a row. One of those being, again, in district play against Cole. So Lytle already able to get 6 here tonight. It's taken a couple of drives to do it, but they've gotten on the scoreboard earlier than they did last week. And Garrett, the quarterback, will also do the kickoffs. So Malachi Castro will field it inside the 10-yard line, able to get a nice return out across the 30, loses the ball, and we're not sure who got it there. I think Lytle might have fallen back on top of it. A couple of guys all in the area. And it does look like Lytle fell back on top, so lucky for them as they'll start out or inside or just outside of their own 35.
Looks like he might have got banged up on that play.
Yeah, it does. It also hurts a little more whenever you fumble, so.
Yeah.
10:20 remaining in the first half. And I'll tell you what, if you're Lytle, you got to open up your offense and your playbook a little bit more. We saw that on the last drive. A couple of nice passes there to Logan Wilson, again, returning after missing the last several games. And when you run so often, when you hit a team with a pass, you kind of lull them to sleep.
Yeah.
I like the idea there. I hope they incorporate it a little bit more. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 split out to the top. Here's Aldridge with a quick screen, and that's going to be dropped by Malachi Castro. Not a great pass there by Aldridge, a little bit out in front of him, and Castro only able to get a hand on it.
Even if he did catch, he would have got hit immediately.
And that is one of the downfalls of this Lytle offense. They do have a fairly good running attack, but unfortunately when teams kind of figure it out or are able to get them stopped, they usually don't throw the ball downfield very much. We've seen a couple of downfield throws so far tonight, and it's worked out both times. Hopefully they'll keep doing that. Here's Aldridge. Cantu with a late motion. A little misdirection. The handoff's going to go to Aguirre up the middle, and he's able to get about 5 on his first run of the game.
You don't usually see him in that spot.
No, we don't. He's the kicker on kickoffs and punts and extra points. Also serves as a running back. Under 10 minutes here remaining in the second quarter. 3rd down and 4 coming up for the Pirates. Here's Cantu, goes in motion. Aldridge is going to keep it himself to the near side, evades a couple of tacklers. He's going to be short of the first down. Able to get to the 44-yard line. He's going to be short by a couple of yards, and we'll see what the Lytle offense elects to do. I think they are going to send in their punt team, probably a smart choice. No point in giving Randolph good field position.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that quarterback run was called. Kind of
the
questionable.
problem was, too, that he didn't really get upfield fast enough. He had the room, but kind of ran more lateral than upfield. Here's Aguirre for the punt. A nice hanging punt. Caught it around the 19-yard line. Fair caught by, let's see who that was. That was fair caught by Parker Cabra. And that's where the Rohawks will take over inside their own 20. A nice punt there by Aguirre.
Yeah, not the best starting field position for the Rohawks.
No, it wasn't, but a nice punt there. Didn't really give him an option for a return, and fair caught it. So they'll start out at their 20-yard line, moving from right to left. 7-6 so far tonight. Neither team able to score on their opening drive. Lytle found the end zone first. A nice pass from Aldridge to Logan Wilson. Here's Lazarick Banks on the far side, able to get some running room and able to get the outside edge, crosses the 30, and that'll be a first down pickup there for the Rohawks. I'll tell you what, it's been a lot of Lazarick Banks so far tonight.
Yeah, they still keep running that same play. Just read the options. They seem
I'm
to
not
be
even
executing
sure.
well.
I'm sorry there, Jacob. I'm not even sure that it's an option play, to be quite honest. It looks like it's a design handoff to the same guy every time. Who they give it to is already pre-made up. It's not like it's a zone read. I think Lytle wants to talk things over as Robert McConaughey has seen enough. After several first downs and a touchdown, and then again another first down here on the first play of this drive. We've got 8:31 remaining here in this first half. Lytle down 6-0. We'll step away. We'll be right back here in just a moment. And we're back here again, 8:31 remaining. Randolph up over Lytle, 7-6. 8:31 in the first half. Another carry by Lazarick Banks, this time to the near side on the end around, and he'll take it out to around the 37-yard line. Brought down after a nice first down gain. They'll actually mark it at the 36. So second down, and I guess that would be around 7 to go. Second down at 6, excuse me. We've seen the same formation here by Randolph so far. Every single time, you'd think Lytle would put more people in the box. Here's the handoff this time to the running back, Colton Howard, and he stopped after maybe just a short gain of half a yard, maybe a yard on the play. 3rd down and 5 coming up.
Initial charge led by number 11.
And a nice job there by the defensive lineman. That's Kason Boyd and Cody Villarreal. We've also got Roberson Harold and Rylan Wagner in there on the front 7 for the Pirates. Stymieing up Colton Howard on the run. So a 3rd down and 5 here. A late motion, and this time it's going to go to Trayvon Moore to the near side, and he's going to be short of a first down. Excellent tackle there in the open field. I believe that was Devin Caldera. It looked like Trayvon Moore had a full head of steam coming to the near side, and he just dove at his ankles and was able to hold him up. It's going to make it 4th down and 2 from their own 40. And I believe Randolph's going to send in their punt team, I would assume. Kind of a risky call to go for it here with the opportunity to give Lytle a good field position, but they're going to leave their offense on the field. So Garrett in this Rohawk offense with a 4th down and 2 on the near side. Hash. Trayvon Moore goes in motion. Now 2 receivers split out to the far side, and now I think it's a late timeout called by Randolph. They didn't like what they saw. And Jacob, if you're Randolph here, do you go for it, or are you feeling more of a punt? Lytle has yet to stop their run here consistently, but they've had a couple of stops here on the last couple of plays. But what would you like to do here if you're head coach for Randolph?
I would probably go for it because they've been averaging more than 2 yards a gain.
I would agree. It is a risky deal, especially with the opportunity to give Lytle the ball at their own 40. Excuse me, at what would be Randolph's 40. See if they elect to keep their offense on the field. And I believe they will. something on the field there that's causing a short delay. I'm not sure what that is. It looks like there was a snake out on the field, actually.
Are you serious?
Either an earthworm or a snake. So that's what our delay was. But now here we go. Stands are starting to get rowdy as we have a 4th down and 2 set up. 6:21 remaining here in the first half. Randolph will elect to give the ball up to Howard, and he gets near the first down marker. I'm not sure if he got enough. Depends on where they spot him. I think they're going to give him enough there. Say he got out to the 42. It was awfully close. It does look like, based on how they're going to spot it, they're going to give it to him. Very close spot, but the last little burst there are going to give him a first down. Six minutes remaining here in the first half now. The second quarter's going by a little slower than the first. Here's Garrett. He'll give it to Banks on the far side, trying to get that edge, and he'll get it. Able to pick up a handful before he's forced out of bounds.
There's that same play.
And it is the same play over and over again. Either a reverse or a end around to the up back on one of the sides. As several guys check out. Cason Boyd, Cody Villarreal, Robertson, Harold. And I believe that was a late substitution there for Vincent Casanova. So after just a short gain of 3, here's the Rohawks. The ball placed at their own 45-yard line. 2nd and 7. This time it'll go to Colton Howard up the middle. He's able to get a few there before he's stopped right around midfield. That'll bring up a 3rd down and manageable. And if you're the Lytle Pirate defense here, you got to expect they'd go for it even if they don't get it here, as they have a couple times so far tonight. Just a few plays ago, actually. So Garrett will take the snap underneath. Gives it to Trayvon Moore after a couple of fakes. There is a flag down on the play. He's able to get the first down out to the 44-yard line. But a flag, I would imagine, will be bringing this one back. A lot of times on those end arounds, it's very hard for guys not to get their hands outside the shoulder pads. And that is going to be the call. So a hold will push it back, and after what would have been a first down, it's going to be 3rd down and probably about 13 here. Big penalty against the Rohawks. So Garrett will take the snap underneath center. Again, 3rd down and 13. He's going to fake the sweep. This time a pass to the near side to Colton Howard, and not fooled on the play. That was Mark Cantu with a stop immediately. Maybe a gain of 1 on the play. I'm not even sure if he got 1, and that'll bring up a 4th down, and I would imagine we'll see a punt here.
That was a perfect read by Mark Cantu.
Situation for Randolph. A lot of offense. Looks like they'll get it back with a little over 4 minutes left in the first half.
Clock nearing that 4:30 mark here, as Lytle will have plenty of time to go down and score if they can get something going offensively. Back to receive is Malachi Castro. He likes to fair catch at around the 17-yard line. Punting the ball there for the Rohawks was a Marion Williams.
4 minutes and 18 seconds.
And with 4:18 here remaining, Lytle has an opportunity to go down and score and retake the lead. Great turnout here for homecoming night for the Pirates. Stands are full, way more full than they have been the last several weeks. So appreciate the support here for the Pirates. Again, trying to get their first district win of the 2020 season. Playing in a 1-0 in district team, Randolph Rohawks. So DeLeon set up behind Aldridge, who's in shotgun. Got a couple receivers to either side. This time Aldridge is going to fake it, keeping himself to the far side edge, able to get that edge. Finally forced out by Lazaric Banks after just a short gain of maybe a couple. A lot of running to get only a couple yards there, but
Yeah.
it will stop the clock at 4:11 left. And like I said there earlier, Jacob, if you're this Pirate offense, you would think that the ball would have to be moved down the field with some sort of passing again here soon. We saw Logan Wilson with the touchdown grab earlier and a nice catch before that. We haven't seen any other passing. Here we go right here. Here's Aldridge looking deep, able to evade a couple attackers, going to throw it deep and just trying to get the ball out of his hands, almost sacked inside his own 5, and he's going to get the ball out of his hands. There was a receiver within the area.
That
So
was
there
a little
will-
too close.
Yeah, so there won't be intentional grounding, thankfully, but that'll stop the clock with 4:01. The Rohawk head coach on the far side not happy. Tim Gendron. He wanted the intentional grounding call, but there was a receiver somewhat in the area. That was Malachi Castro. So the Pirates come out with a trips formation to the far side. One receiver here to the near side. Here's Aldridge, who's going to roll out to his left. Now look for the screen back to the right. He had Cantu open, but a couple of Rohawk defenders in the area, and the ball falls short. And a quick 3 and out here for the Pirates. Nothing doing there.
Looks like the ball might have been tipped.
It might have, but Aldridge has got to put a little bit of air underneath that. He threw that one on a line, and it fell at Cantu's feet.
Yeah.
Looked like a couple of defenders were unblocked anyways, so not sure he would have been able to get anything out of that. So Lytle now punting from their own 19-yard line. Here's Aguirre. Back to return for the Rohawks is Lazaric Banks, I believe. They were going for the block, unable to get it. The ball will bounce it around the 47-yard line. Take a Lytle bounce.
Oh.
Lazaric Banks fumbles, and the Lytle Pirates have the ball inside the Rohawks' 30-yard line. Kaysen Boyd with the fumble recovery. Excellent job there by Kaysen as the Pirates will take over inside the Rohawks' 30-yard line, and a huge blunder there for Randolph.
Not sure why number 11 even tried to get that. There was no point.
A huge blunder there again. They were going for the block. They had all 10 guys seeking the block there. Lazaric Banks back to return and went for the return, bounced off his arms. He got smothered, and a couple of Pirates able to get on it. That was Kaysen Boyd again. Here's Mark Cantu with a handoff on first down. I think they might have said he got back to the line of scrimmage before he was met immediately by several Rohawk defenders. Maybe a loss of 1 on the play.
Lytle's gonna have to change something up if they're gonna at least try to score.
I agree. Their offensive line much outsized compared to this Rohawk defense. Rohawks have the speed as well on the edge. Got to open things up here, you would think, eventually with some sort of pass downfield. Here's Aldridge as he will do that. Looking downfield, got a lot of time. And he's trying to evade a couple Rohawk defenders. He's just going to throw it away here. The ball does not get back to the original line of scrimmage, and he was outside the tackle box. I think they had a defender in the area. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 11 here on the play. Tell you what, Lytle, last 5 plays have looked abysmal. I'm not able to get our last 4 out of the last 5 plays. So here's a 3rd down and 11, 2:48 remaining. Again, Randolph leading 7-6. Aldridge takes the shotgun snap. He's going to roll out to his right. Moves up in the pocket, throws it, and it's almost intercepted. Parker Cabra broke on the play and almost picked it off. Ball was intended, it looked like, for Mark Cantu at around the 15, and Lytle unable to do anything with the turnover. I would assume they'd go for it here. And you know, Jacob, the problem is it's that they're not getting any sort of yardage on any of these plays. Even if a few yards here or there would make it a 3rd down, and, or in this case, a 4th down and manageable. And here, once again, Lytle with a big 4th down and long. Aldridge will fake the handoff. He's got a man open deep, and he's just going to throw it short. Logan Wilson was open. He had gotten back behind the receivers, and yet another Aldridge throw falls short and incomplete, and the Randolph Rohawks will take over.
It looks like it was just too far for one receiver, but it was just too short for the other one. Like, it was perfectly in the middle. So
Aldridge had him open. Logan Wilson had gotten back behind the cornerback, and honestly, with a good ball, he scores. But yet another throw. That's something we've seen consistently from Aldridge. Not the biggest arm strength. And it shows there as the Rohawks able to take over on downs. Lytle had taken over after a muffed punt. So with 2:37 remaining, here's Garrett from the shotgun, or excuse me, from underneath. They'll hand it with the pitch to Lazarick Banks, able to get it out to around the 33 before he's stopped. And if you're Randolph here, you kind of got to get the ball moving quickly. We did see them strike on their second score of the game with a nice 35-yard run by Lazarick Banks, but Lytle's done a pretty good job containing this rush so far. They've been bending, but they have not broken yet. This time the end around will go to Travian Moore to the near side. Able to avoid a couple tacklers. Stays in bounds nearing the 50-yard line. There is a flag on the play, though. I think that might be coming back. Brandon Gillespie, the guard, out there with the block. And I think he might have blocked either Placido or possibly even Albert Aguilar. And that will be a hold on the play, so that'll move things back. What would have been a 1st down. We'll repeat 2nd down here, and a huge penalty. And I'll tell you what, one of the problems with this outside run attack here for Randolph is you give your offensive linemen a lot of opportunity for holds, and we've seen a handful of those here in the first half. Big plays being called back, but rightfully so.
Yeah, the Rohawks are being severely affected by these penalties.
A lot of runs trying to get outside of the edge. We've seen Lazarick Banks take the ball up the edge, or around the edge several times. Speaking of, here he is around the right edge. Able to get near to a 1st down. In on the tackle was number 11, Rylan Wagner, for the Pirates, but Lazarick Banks just a yard shy of a 1st down. Not even a full yard, maybe half a yard, but that clock is continuing to kick. We're under 1:30 here remaining in the first half. 3rd down and a half a yard to go for the Rohawks. Again, Randolph leading Lytle 7-6. Garrett with Howard and Banks behind him. Give goes to Banks. He'll be stopped at the 45-yard line. In on the tackle was Jason Monreal. A nice form tackle there. Will be a 1st down. Clock stops there due to high school rules after a 1st down, but now it continues to kick. We have hit the 1-minute mark, and now you'd expect to see some sort of hurry-up offense by Randolph. I believe they have two, if not all 3 of their timeouts left. Haven't used any so far. And there is a fumble on the snap. Garrett able to jump back on it. That'll keep the clock ticking. Looked like a little mishap there on the snap, and they will call a timeout, or the Randolph Rohawks. But a lot of time wasted. 35 seconds remaining here in this first half. And Lytle done a good job, but to credit them, but also poor coaching and poor clock management by the Rohawks, who had the ball with about 2.5 minutes left and only able to gain around 20 yards, Jacob.
Yeah, the Rohawks have not been managing the clock well. They've just been messing up on their plays. And
so poor clock management now, 35 seconds remaining. 55 yards to go to get to the end zone.
not much passing from the Rohawks.
Was bad before then too. And we're back here. Again, 35 seconds remaining. Randolph with the ball at their own 45-yard line, leading 7-6 over Lytle. This time they're going to fake the handoff. Looking deep is Garrett. Pretty good coverage downfield, and he's going to be brought down around the line, or excuse me, the goal or the line of scrimmage. The ball did come out, and Lytle actually came away with it. That was Albert Aguilar. I didn't see a fumble, but a late fumble, and now Lytle's got an opportunity here with 24 seconds.
Looks like Albert Aguilar ripped it out of his hands.
So an excellent defensive stop there by Lytle. Poor clock management leads to Lytle with the ball. And we'll see if Lytle can air it out, try to get it on the scoreboard before the half ends. So 24 seconds remaining here in the first half. Lytle down 7-6 to Randolph as they got an opportunity here with the ball at the Randolph 45. Trying to get some points on the board and retake the lead here in the waning seconds. A fumble on the snap, and Aldridge is going to fall on it back in Lytle territory at their own 49-yard line. Not sure if it was a bad snap there by Boyd or if it was just a bat or a not able to pick it up was Aldridge. Looked like it was down and around his thighs, so not a terrible snap, but unable to hang on to it. Lytle will elect to call timeout, so 18 seconds remaining. And I'll tell you what there, Jacob, I don't even know if they were going to pass it there. I would hope so, but after two nice passes on their second drive of the game, one of them turning into a touchdown for Logan Wilson, we have not seen or called his name yet. I take that back. We did have him open there on what could have been a touchdown with a better pass on that far side on 4th down and 10 earlier, but you would think you'd try to get him involved. Seems like he's been your main receiver so far tonight.
Looks like they're going to try to do something.
So Lytle here from their own 49-yard line. It looks like it's going to be a handoff and a throwback now to Aldridge. It's going to be intercepted, though, by the Rohawks. They were not fooled at all. On the interception is going to be number 19, Seth Burkhalter. The interception will go to Bubba Solis, who had taken the handoff, was trying to throw it back to Aldridge, and that was not even close. So with 8 seconds left, Lytle giving the Rohawks one more opportunity. So a 1st down and 10 from the Lytle 47-yard line.
This was turned down. I don't know.
They'll come out in that normal Rohawk formation, and we'll see if they elect just to run out the clock here. Here's Garrett from underneath the center. He'll fake the handoff, looking deep. No one open. He's going to roll out to the right-hand side, chunk it deep. The ball's going to get down and around the 5-yard line. It's going to be intercepted by Logan Wilson as time expires, and that's going to be it for the first half. So Lytle down to Randolph, 7-6. We've got a long halftime due to homecoming, and we'll be back here shortly again. Jacob Guevara, I'm Zach Covey. We'll be back here for the second half.
going to conclude the first half of tonight's ball game. I'd like to.
Dance team. Special shout out to this week's Dancer of the Week, Destiny Bowles. All right, girls, your music is about to be on.
and staff that made tonight's game possible. Now sit back and enjoy. The Private Right, Randolph High School, the Rohan Band.
As the Pirate Band takes the field, you will notice the pink. Also honors Dean Smith, who is a 26-year breast cancer survivor. Karen and Maxine, the Pirate Band is proud to march tonight in your honor. We wish you continued good health in the years to come. Directors are Mark Fender and MJ Robles. Percussion instructor is Jason Cowan. Color guard instructor is Chelsea Easton. Brass tech volunteer is Eddie Morfin. Color guard members are Amaris Plaza, Jasmine Ortega, Caitlin. marching contest show, Transformation. This evening's performance includes music from Avengers and Ricotta and Fugue, featuring our drumline and front ensemble.
Thank you for joining us this evening as we celebrate Royalty Night 2020. We would like to begin the presentation of the Lytle High School's 2020 Royalty Court at this time. Our freshman class is represented by Marquesa Lola Patino and Marquis Hector Anaya. Lola is the daughter of Desiree Carrillo and Jose Patino. Lola is involved in volleyball and marching band. Hector is the son of Melissa Anaya. Hector plays football, marches in band, plays the Barry sax, member of the student council, and recently elected as public relations officer for the class of 2024. Lastly, Hector is currently participating in the Lytle P-Tech program. Thank you, Lola Patino and Hector Anaya, for representing the freshman class so well. Our sophomore class is represented by Duchess Cambry Davila and Duke Robert Wagner. Cambry is the daughter of Elizabeth Sanchez Davila and Arturo Davila III. Cambry is involved with the marching band, tennis, and holds an officer position for the class of 2023. Robert is the son of Reagan and Deborah Wagner. Robert is involved with Lytle 4-H, his youth group, cross country, and track. Thank you, Cambry Davila and Robert Wagner, for representing the sophomore class so well. Our junior class is represented by Princess Caitlin Ramirez and Prince Julio Mujica. Caitlin is the daughter of Joseph Ramirez and Vanessa Jimenez. Caitlin is involved in color guard and volleyball. She is also a student athletic trainer, cheerleader, and the class of 2022 vice president. Julio Mujica is the son of Diana and Jose Mujica. Julio is involved in band, class of 2022 treasurer, student council, National Honor Society historian, Spanish AP program, and the trio of Profound. Thank you, Caitlin Ramirez and Julio Mujica, for representing the junior class so well. Our senior class is represented by 4 couples. 3 couples are the Noble Valance and the ladies-in-waiting to this year's Royalty Night King and Queen. We will announce the Royalty Night King and Queen after all 4 couples have been introduced. Our first senior couple is Clarissa Ibarra and Carson Aldridge. Clarissa is the daughter of Melody Criado. Clarissa is involved in the National Honor Society and is an athletic trainer. Carson is the son of mother and stepfather Nadine and Lane Bells, father and stepmother of Richard and Christine Aldridge. Carson is involved in football, basketball, and track. He loves hanging with friends on the weekend and is active in his youth group. Thank you, Clarissa Ibarra and Carson Aldridge, for representing the class so well. Our next couple is Raven Bettis and Julian Rojas. Raven is the daughter of Julio and Monica Bettis. Raven is the boys' basketball manager, also is an active member of the National Honor Society. Raven plans to attend Palo Alto College to start her path to become a physical therapist. Julian is the son of Andrea and Joan Rosas. Julian has completed 3 years of the dual credit plumbing program. Julian plans to pursue a career in plumbing after high school. When he turns 21, he would like to enter the police academy. Thank you, Raven Bettis and Julian Rosas, for representing the senior class so well. Our next couple is Mariana Verdeja and Santiago Garcia. Mariana is the daughter of Maricela Hernandez. Mariana is involved in cross country, track, band, president of the National Honor Society, and treasurer for the class of 2021. She is active in outside church activities. Santiago is the son of Norma de Luna and George Garcia. Santiago is part of the varsity football team and plays linebacker and defensive end. Santiago participates in track and plans to attend St. Philip's College after high school. Thank you, Mariana Verdeja and Santiago Garcia, for representing the senior class so well. Our final couple to complete this year's Royalty Night Court is Naomi Giselle Montes Rodriguez and Jose Carlos Hernandez. Naomi is the daughter of Esmeralda and Rodrigo Montes. Naomi is part of the Varsity cross country team and a dual credit student. Outside of school, Naomi is involved in many areas of her church at St. Andrew's Catholic Church. In the church community, Naomi is part of the church choir and a system operator within the Spanish community. Jose Carlos is the son of San Juana Lopez. Jose Carlos is involved with the cross country and track. His goal is to run for a Division I or II university. He is a dual credit plumbing student currently holding his apprentice certificate. His dream is to be a master plumber. He currently works part-time with a car dealer shop, cleaning parking lots and maintaining the landscaping. Thank you, Naomi Giselle Montes Rodriguez and Jose Carlos Hernandez, representing the senior class so well. Tonight's Royalty Knight and Queen have been voted on by their senior class. And without further delay, your 2020 Royalty Knight King is Carson Aldridge. And your Marissa Ibarra. Congratulations to all of our students. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for helping us celebrate Royalty Night 2020. We hope you enjoy the rest of the game.
We hope you will enjoy tonight's ball game and help support your school and community by practicing proper social distancing measures. Remember to keep at least 6 feet distance between you and others outside your household. Together we can slow the spread of COVID-19. Little back and forth between both ball clubs towards the end of the first half. Lytle will be receiving on the second half and starting off on offense. Uniform violation right there by number 1 as he was going to go out in the field with the sash.
Hello and welcome back here, folks, as we get set to take on the second half. Lytle Pirates facing the Randolph Rowhawks. As we get set to start the second half, Lytle finds themselves trailing 7-6. Lytle struck first with a touchdown pass from Carson Aldridge to Logan Wilson. And then Randolph would follow on the ensuing drive. Here's the kickoff, and that'll be fallen on by number 6, Darren Martinez. He had an opportunity to run it back there. He'll opt just to fall on it. And that's where Aldridge in this Pirate offense will lead things off at the 26-yard line. Lytle again with the first touchdown of the ball game. A 25 to 30-yard strike from Aldridge to Logan Wilson. Wilson hasn't caught a ball since. He's only been targeted one more time since then. You would have thought he would have gotten more involved in the game. Here's the handoff to Castro. Malachi Castro able to dive down inside to around the 30-yard line. Pickup of around 4 or 5 on the play. Quick note, Aldridge did win Homecoming King during the halftime festivities, so congratulations to him as he gets set to try to take this Lytle Pirate offense to the end zone, to the promised land. Ball at the 30, 2nd and 6. This time it's going to go to Cantu. Cantu around the right edge, and he's down and around a first down marker at the 36-yard line. I think he should have enough. Well, it depends on the spot.
Run game starting off strong so far.
A couple of nice runs here, like you mentioned. One from Castro, the next one from Cantu. They are going to say they are going to say he got it. I was going to say they had him listed or marked short there for a few moments. That is going to be a Pirate first down. Devin Caldera, the near side receiver. Aldridge has De Leon, and I believe that was Cantu behind him. And another nice run by Cantu on first down, able to get 6 on that play. 6 or 7, so a second down and short coming up here for the Pirates. Two receivers split out to the far side, one to the near side. De Leon behind Aldridge. Here's Castro, the handoff on the near side on the upper round, and that time it will be a first down again for the Pirates.
Yeah, really starting off strong so far. Running to the two same guys and doing pretty well off of it so far.
So Castro and Cantu with 2 handoffs each here to start out the first half. 2 first downs, 2 for 2 are the Pirates. Again, they trail 7-6, just under 10 minutes left here in the third quarter. Ball placed at the 46-yard line. Aldridge from shotgun. He's going to keep it himself this time, trying to get that right side edge. He's able to get several yards there before he's finally brought down by a swarm of Rowhawks. And on the tackle there, it looked like was number 19, I believe, was the first there, Seth Burkhalter. The sophomore transfer. Not sure which high school he transferred from. But not before Aldridge is able to pick up 4. So 2nd and 6 coming up. Ball placed right at the 50-yard line on the right hash. De Leon split out to Aldridge's left. He's got Castro in the backfield. Castro loses the ball. It looked like he did. Maybe that was just a foot. It sure looked like that ball came out there from here. Maybe I'm seeing something, but a nice hard run there by Castro as he's able to pick up a few more on the play. That'll make it third down and manageable, and that's something that we've seen Lytle do here on their first 2 first downs, Jacob, is be able to get manageable yards on first and second down to make it a third and more manageable.
They haven't done that much all game.
So here's Aldridge from the shotgun. He's going to give it to Cantu around the edge. He cuts it back up, cuts left. He's going to be stopped short of the first down. I think he's going to be about half a yard shy. It depends all on the spot. He needed to get to around the 40 to the 44, and he got to the 45. So 4th and 1. And it looks like the Pirates will keep their offense on the field. So here's Aldridge from the shotgun. Again, only needing about half a yard to a yard. Castro up the middle. It looks like he's going to be able to have enough. Castro with a nice hard run there. And that is enough for a first down. So first down Pirates, that's 3 in a row as they cross over into Rohawk territory. With just under 8 minutes left here in the third quarter, Pirates have a nice little drive going. So here's Aldridge, 3 receivers to the near side. Quick throw out to Cantu. Cantu tries to cut it back in. Able to get a few yards there. Nice tackle by Sam McDaniel, the senior safety there for the Rohawks, but not before Cantu able to pick up about 4 on the play, let's say. We are joined now by my broadcasting partner, Justin, so thank you for joining us here for this second half.
How's it going, Zach? What's the tale of the tape so far?
Well, Lytle struck first with a nice pass from Logan Wilson. We haven't seen Wilson play since Natalia. He caught about a 20-yard strike from Aldridge and missed the extra point, and then on the ensuing possession, Randolph would score themselves with a run from Terrence Banks. So here's Aldridge, a couple of fakes, rolls out to his right, looking downfield, going to stop and throw. He's got a receiver, and that should be enough for another first down as Cantu able to tiptoe his way in, and nice reception on the far side.
There was a lot of fire on that play. Aldridge hot out of the gates on that bootleg, zipped it across to Cantu. I think that was, I don't know, really fast play there. I'm pretty surprised by the score. It is homecoming, so it's great that it's close. But last year, the Rohawks, kind of just took and ran, and I think the score was close to 50-0 last year. So it's great to see things a little more even on the scoreboard.
Here's Casanova on the carry on first down. He'll pick up a couple, and that's kind of been the tale so far here for the Pirates. They've gotten 3 or 4 first downs in a row now, and biggest thing leading to that is picking up necessary yardage on first and second down, so it's not third down and forever. Already nearly half the quarter taken up here on just this one drive alone. Pirates got the ball to start the second half as we approach that 6-minute mark. 2 receivers split out to either side. Spread formation for Aldridge. A look right. He's got a receiver open. That Zachary Placido will be about a yard shy of another first down to around the 26-yard line.
I haven't been here long, but this looks like a completely different team than last week. They look to have more energy. There's more versatility in their attack on the field, so I'm liking what I'm seeing so far.
Honestly, Justin, it's not just you. It's us as well. This Pirate offense wasn't really having a whole lot of fire that first half. They look like their coaches gave them a stern talking to during that halftime. Here's Cantu up the middle, off the right-hand side, and a potential first down.
It looks like one of the receivers on the far side there, Zach, bounced back just a little bit. It seems like him and the referee weren't on the same page. Hopefully this doesn't bite us.
You are correct. That'll be a false start there for the Pirates, and a costly one at that. What would have been a first down is now a 3rd down and 7. Not a position these Pirates want to be in. They're more of a run-first team, pass when they need to, and that will probably force them into a more passing situation. Both teams have been plagued by penalties so far today. I would say we had at least 12 in that first half. Most of them stalling drives out after both teams would have several first downs. It would stall them out. So here's Aldridge, 3rd and 7. Fakes the handoff, rolls around. He's got pressure. Several guys on his tail. He's able to pick up several yards there before finally being forced out of bounds inside the 30. See where they mark him out at. Tell you what, Aldridge has got some speed there. He had 3 or 4 guys on his heels and not only able to evade them, but still pick up some yards. They'll put it at the 25.
As we've seen all season, Lytle's a very run-heavy team, leaning on more than one back occasionally to take over on the ground. But on these tough situations, Zach and Jacob, we're seeing them opt with the smaller, less block-friendly backs. I wonder what's going on down there in Coach McConaughey's mind.
So here's Aldridge, 4th down and 1. It looks like they might have gotten him to jump. They're going to blow the whistle and call it dead. Not sure why they didn't let the ball or why they didn't let the play go. Might have been some contact, but Coach McConaughey down here on the near side wondering the same thing, why they didn't give him a free play. Didn't look like anybody was innovated to the quarterback or unevaded to the quarterback. That should be enough for a first down as long as it's on Randolph, and that's what it'll be. It'll be offsides, and that'll be an automatic first down for these Pirates. So 5 straight first downs here for the Pirates, and they've got a strong second half showing here. Really eating up that clock, too. I mean, we're already down to the 5:18 mark here in the third quarter. This honestly might be the first time the clock stopped on just the last couple penalties. So Aldridge with a fresh set of downs. Ball will be placed at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10. Fakes the handoff to to Castro. Looking right. He's got an open man and just out of the reach of Cantu, who actually had a couple defenders on him.
Yeah, that backside defensive end was ready there really, really quick off that weak side, especially when Aldridge is rolling out on those bootlegs.
So falling incomplete there. That'll stop the clock. 5:04 remaining here in the third quarter. Tell you what, we've seen the Pirates come out and throw the ball at least 3 or 4 times here in the second half after only seeing maybe a few throws altogether in the first half. So come out in that Pirate formation. Here's Aldridge. It's a designated keeper to him, and he's going to lose the ball, and it looks like Randolph's going to fall on it. A run all the way, and Aldridge fumbles it up. And after what had been an excellent drive, the Pirates will fall short of that end zone. Tell you what there, Justin, that's awfully frustrating for an offensive unit after driving methodically down the field, 5 or 6 first downs, to have a quarterback keeper when Randolph has been able to contain the edge fairly well. Probably not the best choice, but
yeah, you hate to see that, but you got to have that short-term memory.
Trying to
get past this play, hope that put your faith in the defense to get the ball back.
Interesting call there. I don't really like that call, especially after several things had been open up the middle, trying to run it on that outside edge. Randolph's shown their speed on the edge, but here's Garrett back to take the snap. He'll hand it off to Banks, who will come around the near side. A nice first down run by him. He'll get it out beyond the 30-yard line, and that'll be a first down run. Banks, the leading running back for these Rohawks in the first half.
Very, very solid run there by Banks. Took at least 3 Pirates to get him down on that play. Fighting for more yards after that initial contact.
Banks, one of those up backs that'll switch sides here or there. He's usually their main go-to guy. It's usually a handoff to one of the up backs or to the tailback. This time they will give it to the running back. That's Colton Howard. He'll power forward for a few before he's taken down by several folks, Rylan Wagner and Bubba Soleason on that tackle.
Looks like the Rohawks are down in wishbone-type formation. I'm having flashbacks, Zach, to when I played on this field, and we played against Divine War Horses. At the time, they had the top rushing back in the nation, or not nation, at least in the state for 3A. They ran out of this wishbone formation. There's 3 backs back there. There's so much versatility out of here. Oh, man. It's good to see it back on the field, but I remember the play get brought to us.
Well, Zarek Banks will take the ball on the far side in the upper round. He's near another first down. I think he might have enough for it. Needed to get to around the 42-yard line, and they will move the sticks. So we're already to the 3:30 mark here in the third quarter. A long drive stalled by a turnover for Lytle on the opening drive. And now Randolph has a couple of first downs. And they find themselves with the ball placed at the 42 left hash, up 7-6 on Lytle. Not a whole lot of scoring here tonight. It's been a pretty big defensive battle, plagued with penalties, or both of these offense. Here's Banks. He'll do a misdirection. The handoff will go to Colton Howard, and he will be stopped after a very short gain. Maybe one on the play, two at best. Tell you what, I was getting on to Lytle for not opening up their playbook. We haven't seen a whole lot of passing from them, but we've seen more passing from them in one drive than we did all in the first half. So congrats to Coach McConaughey and that offensive staff for opening things up. Randolph sticking to their bread and butter as Garrett will take the snap from under center. Hand it off to Banks. Banks was in the backfield that time. And he's able to pick up a handful, but it'll be 3rd down and 4 or 5 coming up here. Lytle trying to get off the field quick. Both of these defenses will be gassed here within the next quarter, you would imagine. Both teams able to keep the ball going there and really drain the clock and drain the energy. We just hit under 2 minutes here left in the 3rd quarter. Only 2 drives so far here in the second half. 0 points scored. A lot of Lytle folks up on their feet. The handoff goes to Colton Howard. He got it. He has a first down. Across the 45 down to around the 41 before he's stopped. That's the longest rush of the game for him.
He probably would have ran a little bit farther, but we had one of the referees getting in on the action there up in the box. So even though we had 8 there, always still quite a run.
Always helps whenever you've got the Zebras out there giving you a little help. 1:30 left here in the 3rd quarter. Randolph has a nice drive going. That's their 3rd or 4th first down in a row. I believe 4th. Here's Garrett from under center. He'll hand it off. The handoff goes to Colton Howard again. He'll power his way down to around the 35. Stopped after about a 6-yard gain. It looked like one of the Pirates is injured on that play. I believe that's Bubba Solis as he'll trot off the field. No, he won't. He'll actually fall down. They'll have to take a timeout. Looked like he hurt his ankle or his knee. I don't want to speculate too much, but I'm not sure what that'll mean for this Pirate defense as he's been one of the biggest tacklers so far tonight. Been in on a lot of tackles. Coaching staff comes out there. Doesn't appear to be a cramp. Might have gotten twisted up on or something.
Yeah, on these inside runs, often you see the backs coming from the outside in, and looks like Bubba got a little bit tangled up there, but we'll see what happens here.
We'll go ahead and take a quick pause here. 59 seconds remaining. Lytle down 7-6 to the Randolph Rohawks. We'll be back here momentarily, folks.
So close.
And we're back here. Is Bubba Solis able to get some help there from Coach McConaughey and a couple of other folks on the training staff? Looks like Bubba Solis walking very gingerly, kind of favoring that left leg there. We'll keep you posted if we hear anything about the injury. The Rohawks have a nice drive going here. 2nd down and 4 coming up from their from the Lytle 35. 59 seconds remaining. No scoring so far here in the second half. Lytle struck first there in the first quarter with a nice catch from Logan Wilson. Nice to have him back here in this lineup for the Pirates. He caught a 25-yard strike from Aldridge. The extra point was no good, though, and I said it at the time. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite them, and if things end as they are right now, Lytle would lose by 1 due to that error. Randolph able to score on the ensuing drive. Banks with a nice 35-yard carry. Here's Banks right here around the left edge. And a nice tackle there by number 15, Jason Monreal, able to dive at Banks' feet, keep him short of the first down. So that'll bring up a 3rd down and probably a couple. We have seen Randolph go for it a couple times on 4th down, so you would imagine, especially here, this is 4th down territory.
They're having a lot of luck right now, just shooting right up the middle, getting 5-6 yards a pop. Wouldn't be surprised if we see that again here. But you never know. They might feel kind of lucky and go for that outside run again. But the downside of that outside run is setting that edge. If you can't get that edge set and then get upfield, you're not really doing yourself any favors.
Randolph coaching staff not liking what they saw, and they'll call a timeout with 10 seconds remaining here. Interesting call there. Kind of a waste of a timeout. You would have had a timeout with the end of the quarter, but nevertheless, Rohawks will take a timeout. 10 seconds left. Big 3rd down here coming up, especially for this Pirate defense, giving up a handful of consecutive 1st downs. Lytle got the ball first to start out this 3rd quarter, had a 7+ minute drive, only to fumble it. Aldridge on the end around, quarterback keeper, had several guys on his heels and coughed it up after getting hit. And then we've seen Randolph with a handful of 1st downs here and a methodical drive on their end. So here we go. 3rd down and 2 for the Rohawks. Garrett under center in that same up-back formation. Trayvon Moore with the fake. He'll come and line up as a receiver on the near side, and now there's a flag, and I believe that's going to be a false start and a costly one for the Rohawks, as that'll make it now a 3rd and 7. Did you see who moved there, Justin?
Timing was a little bit off. I want to say it was somebody on the far side of the field, maybe the left guard. It was one of the offensive linemen for Randolph. As soon as that whistle was blown, you could see his hands holding his face mask in regret. It looks like his timing was a little bit off on that trick play. This is where you got to cash in and make sure you remember your assignments and know what's going on. You can't really afford these errors, especially with the game this close. After causing a fumble, you got to make sure you close the deal every time, man.
You are correct. So 8 seconds left. This will probably be the last snap of the 3rd quarter. Garrett's going to throw it this time. Intended for Lazarick Banks. That was out of reach for him, and that'll fall incomplete. And now a 4th down and 7 here. And first time we've seen Garrett throw the ball since probably the 1st quarter, to be quite honest, Justin. And interesting timing there for it. Well out of reach for Banks. And I believe Randolph is sending in their punting unit here. And they are. So in for the punt is Amarian Williams, the junior, who will be back at around the 50, right at midfield. Lytle doesn't even have anyone back there to return it. I guess, assuming it might be a fake. This ball is going to land at around the 5, and it will roll into the end zone. So it takes a Lytle Pirate bounce, and thankfully so, as they would have been pinned deep. Yeah. So we end the 3rd quarter, only a drive each for both teams. 7-6 is still our score as we head into the 4th quarter here on homecoming night. We'll step aside for a couple seconds and be right back. 7-6, Lytle trailing Randolph.
Also, as always, a big thank you to our custodians helping us stay healthy and clean by going out there and cleaning the fields and picking up trash and stuff. So big thank you to our custodians.
So here's the Pirate offense. They'll start out from their own 20-yard line going left to right. Here's the handoff to Cantu. Out it gets the edge to the near side. Taken down around the 28 or 29, and that'll be close to a Pirate first down. Cantu showing off that speed.
Very quick out of the backfield there. He got that edge and took it, ran upfield. Great play there by Cantu.
So 2nd down and 1 after a pickup of 9 by Cantu. Aldridge from the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers split out to each side. He's going to look deep, look left. Got a lot of time. He's going to heave it deep. No one there. But there is a flag on the play that might be pass interference on the far side. Good eye there, Jacob. It looked like it was intended originally for Logan Wilson. And he is coming back to the huddle saying he was held or interfered with.
The long pass is a bold play to say the least there. I would think, with all this running, you get those defensive backs, even the outside linebackers to suck in a little bit. We've seen Lytle, this season hit a lot of quick passes. They've got speedy receivers. They should throw that in there a little bit. I think they'd find a lot of success, but,
I agree with you,
what
Justin.
happens.
I do agree. Like I said, open up the playbook a little bit. It's kind of run. It helps to throw in some passes there. The referees that met there for a moment, and they are going to elect to say it was a holding. The opposing head coach is not happy about that call. But a 10-yard penalty on the hold, and that'll be a Lytle first down. So Lytle with with the first down of this drive. 11-16 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Here's Aldridge. You got a receiver split out to the far side. He'll hand the ball off up the middle to Cantu. He stopped after pretty much a no gain on the play. On that previous play there, it was intended for Logan Wilson. Like I said, he's the lone touchdown. He has the lone touchdown for the Pirates tonight. There is an injured Rohawk on the field. That looks to be number 54, Brandon Glaspie, the guard and defensive guard. But he's quick up on his feet. Might have just gotten turned up on there. He's walking kind of gingerly on that left leg there. Able to walk off there on his own, but having a little bit of help from the training staff. Tell you what, Lytle needs a big play here, guys. We haven't seen much explosive offense like we did several weeks ago against LaPryor, and as we saw last week, came up against a stingy Marion defense who only gave up 7 points. Lytle really need to get this offense going here. Logan Wilson to the top side, 2 receivers to the near side. The handoff's going to go to Aguirre. Aguirre able to evade a couple of Rohawk tacklers. Could have been stopped for a negative play, but able to pick up a handful or a few on the play.
I'm not sure if it was how the play was drawn up, but there was a little bit of a hesitation there between the handoff, and it favored the Pirates a little bit. I would, like we've been saying, Zach, love to see more passing here. I think it would really open things up.
With Randolph's offense that can drain the clock as well, this 3rd down and 6 is huge for the Pirates. Here's Aldridge. He looks right. Almost intercepted. Intended for Zachary Placido on the slant route, and that one wasn't really close. Almost intercepted there by number 24, the near side cornerback, Parker Cabra. He's had 2 almost interceptions today. Actually, never mind. That was the safety, I believe. Could have been taken to the house, honestly, if he had intercepted that. So a 4th down.
Really need a big, long punt by Daniel Aguirre here. We've seen him, kick some straight to the lights a few times. Can't have that here. We need to pin these Rohawks back.
Here's Aguirre. And Banks will fair catch it around the 18-yard line, and it looked like one of the Pirates made some contact that wasn't necessary. Several flags on the play. I'm guessing that's going to be illegal contact. And it will be a personal foul. So instead of having the ball back at their 20, the Rohawks are going to get bailed out and have the ball placed at the 35-yard line. Huge for them. And with 10:16 remaining, not a whole lot of offense here in the second half, guys. A couple of nice drives, but once either team gets inside the opponent's 40, it seems like they just kind of stall out. So Garrett in to take the snap under center. And a handoff goes to Banks out to the left side. Bubba Solis with a nice tackle. Also in on that looked to be Rylan Wagner and I believe number 57, Santiago Garcia. So a nice gang tackle there, able to stop him after a pickup of just one. Again, both these teams, guys, can can really milk that clock. They like to run it inside the lines, and we saw 2 drives only in the whole third quarter. One from either team. Here's Banks on the end around to the far side, able to get that edge again, enough for a first down. Finally shoved out after picking up the first down around the 46, I believe. Tell you what, that's Banks's, bread and butter right there. It's just the end around to him every time. Really? They pretty much have three options. Yeah. Banks, Moore, or Colton Howard on the keeper. So it's one of those three getting it.
Really solid blocking on the front side of the play there by I'm going to call him the fullback. That's what he looks like, is number 43. So that guy's helping Banks out a lot.
Banks will get the carry again here, this time to the near side. Crosses the 50, and he'll be taken down around the 45. Tell you what, again, like I said, Banks looking for that edge every single time, and Lytle not really able to establish any sort of containment. Tell you what there, guys, if I'm the Lytle coaching staff, I'm telling my outside backers to get very, very wide. We haven't seen a whole lot of runs up the middle. Does look like they have Kason Boyd now quite outside, and same for Vincent Casanova on the far side. Hopefully trying to get some containment there. This time the handoff does go to Colton Moore. Colton Moore evades a couple tacklers. He's down the hash marks, and he's going to score. Touchdown Randolph as Colton Howard finds the end zone for the first time tonight. And Randolph leads 13-6. Nice run there by Howard, able to evade a couple of Pirate defenders. Again, no containment. He bounced it outside and able to take it to the house.
Following the game plan there, Zach, stretch them out, and then once they widen out like they did there, able to find that angle on the inside to bounce it back out further downfield is just, watching the runs can only be so entertaining, but that was a really good set of drives there. A little bit of a flop there by the kicker after the play.
Garrett, the quarterback, in for the point after. He sinks it. Splits the uprights, so 14-6 now is our score. 8:47 remaining here in the fourth quarter, and I'll tell you what, guys, this Lytle Pirate offense looking very similar to last week, scoring once in the first half and then just not able to do anything after that. A turnover there after an excellent first drive of the second half by Aldridge. Coughed it up on the far side after he had gotten inside around the 20-25-yard line. Had a great drive going. Randolph would be stalled on theirs. Lytle stalled again, and then Randolph just took it about 75 or 65 yards for the touchdown. Lazarick Banks with one score and Colton Howard with the other. Sam Garrett, the quarterback, able to add on both PATs. Back deep for the Pirates to receive is Castro and Cantu. Garrett, who handles all the kicking responsibilities for the Rohawks, set to kick this one off from right to left. And it'll be a squib kick to the right-hand side, to the far side. Unable to jump on it at first was Albert Aguilar. Thankfully, number 15, Jason Monreal, able to fall on it. So Lytle will start off at around the 32-yard line. And we'll see if Lytle can get started like they did in the second half. They started out with about 5 or 6 straight first downs before that turnover, a costly one, as it was only, I think, the second time they had been inside the red zone tonight. The first one wasn't even inside the red zone. Lytle has yet to get inside the red zone. Hopefully they will this drive. Here's Castro with a handoff. He's able to bounce it out to the near side. Evades a tackler. He's out across the 50, across the 40. Got a couple blockers. And he's just going to run out of bounds at the 35-yard line. He had a couple blockers there still, and not sure why he elected to run out, but a nice run nevertheless by Castro, and Lytle deep into Randolph territory.
Carson Aldridge also getting some action in their play and throwing quite an impressive block. You don't usually see quarterbacks seeking out contact, but I'm not quite sure what's going on between Castro's ears there. There was a lot of daylight left to run to, but hopefully we can keep the momentum going on this next play.
Here comes Cantu in motion. The handoff will go to Aguirre on the far side. Evades a tackler across the 30. Evades another tackler inside the 20-yard line, down inside the 15. And in 2 plays, Lytle deep in the territory, or inside the red zone, and that's got this Pirate crowd on their feet.
Aguirre coming out of the backfield with some fire there, Zach and Jacob. I'm not sure why we haven't seen this young man run yet this season, but so far he's producing and fighting for every yard that he can. Really great run there.
Aguirre able to avoid the first tackler. I believe that was Buckhalter on the far side. Takes it down inside the 15-yard line. Here's a handoff. This time goes to Cantu. Cantu down inside the 10 and around the 9. And the Pirates are knocking on the door here. Tell you what, these last 3 runs have gone for about 50 yards, and that's the most fire and explosiveness we've seen all game for the Pirates for sure. So excellent showing from them. Ball's placed at the 9, right in the middle of the field. Aldridge takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Castro. Castro to the left-hand side. Evades a couple attackers. He's down inside the 5. Near the end zone, and they're going to say he was just short. I mean, by the tip of the football, he is short, and the Pirates are knocking on the door here.
Incredible run there by Castro, able to just keep, juking out to the left a little bit to get around, but those refs need to update their prescription. He was in, man. There's no way.
So they're going to say he was stopped at the 1, so a first down and goal coming from the 1-yard line. Here's Carson Aldridge from shotgun, hands it off to Castro. Castro runs it off the left-hand side. No signal yet, and he's in. Touchdown, Pirates. So an excellent 4 or 5 play drive from the Pirates. Ends in 6. They're going to stay out there going for 2, and a great job there by the running game from the Pirates.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where that's been all game, but I'm glad it's here. Hopefully this is how they attack for the rest of the season. They're able to make some absolutely dynamite plays, get down the field in no time.
So here is Aldridge. He's got Casanova in the backfield with him. Randolph's going to call a timeout, try to get it set up for the play, and the Pirates are pumped up over here. Fans are on their feet. With 7:06 remaining, Lytle trails 14-12, and I'll tell you what, guys, those are some hard runs there. Got the ball, and they were off to the races. Cantu, Castro, Aguirre, Castro, the one who ended up punching it in for the touchdown. And now these Lytle Pirates, who had not seen the end zone since the beginning of the 4th quarter on their second drive, find it here with 7:06 remaining.
Both teams on the other side of this run game right now. I imagine everyone that's been on the field tonight is absolutely gassed from being on a running offense or defending a running offense. This is crunch time by definition.
So Lytle will come out with Aldridge in the backfield. Casanova split out right. Cantu in the backfield. One receiver split out to each side. He's got a man open. Aldridge is going to keep it himself. He's going to run in, hits the pylon. No signal yet, and it's good. And we've got a tie ball game here, folks.
7 minutes, 6 seconds left, ladies and gentlemen. Carson Aldridge able to run it in right into the corner on the extra point.
And I'll tell you what, we haven't seen this much excitement for the Pirate crowd in quite some time, guys. The 3 games we've been calling these together. And we've got a 14-14 ball game here with 7:06 in the fourth quarter. One thing Coach McConaughey has got to do, though, is make sure he gets his defense focused. Don't want to give up a big play. Got to keep that momentum going, get a big stop here and another touchdown. And
both teams looking to fire off on all cylinders, I'm sure, but also to all be on the same page. It's got to be a group of 11 out there making sure they're doing everything right. We can't afford any penalties or silly plays. We'll see what happens.
so Aldridge again was able to scamper outside, get to that outside edge. It looked like he had gotten in, and they threw up a late signal saying he did. So after Randolph had just taken a 14-6 lead, Lytle able to march it down in just 5 or 6 plays, get in the end zone, and then cap it off with a 2-point conversion by Aldridge. So Geary to set to kick things off. Kicking off left to right. Again, 7:06 remaining. 14-14 is our score here in the fourth quarter. This game's got a lot more exciting here in these last 10 minutes. Kick it off from the 40. It's going to be going to take a few bounces there. It'll be falling on at the 31-yard line. That was recovered by Sam McDaniel. And that's where this Rohawk offense will start things off. And you're right. You mentioned there just a few minutes ago, Justin, both these teams, a high-powered running team. You would imagine the front seven on both of those teams are gassed, especially since, 3A ball, a lot of these guys are playing both ways.
Yeah. Randolph sideline, a little bit skinnier than the Lytle. Looks like we got some new jersey numbers out there. Also, a few helmets without decals. Got to wonder if some lower classmen got the opportunity to show up tonight.
So here's Garrett. He'll hand it off to Banks on that far side. Again, another end around. And nice pursuit there by the Pirates. He's able to evade several tacklers. He'll be stopped after a gain of around 5.
Banks still impressively explosive at this time of night.
I'll tell you what, Banks has gotten the majority of the handoffs so far tonight from that up back position. The thing that's crazy, though, is that it's going to go to one of those 3. They don't really have a passing attack. We've seen Garrett throw the ball maybe 3 or 4 times at most. You would think Lytle would scoot their interior linemen up a little bit and those linebackers. This time the fake goes to Banks, and this time the handoff goes to Colton Howard. He stopped immediately, a loss of maybe 1 on the play.
Vincent Casanova in on the stop. It looks like he read that play right away, was there, met the halfback right at the line.
Cason Boyd in on that tackle as well. As we near the 6-minute mark, it's going to be a big third down here for these Rohawks. Pirates again able to get the ball after a third down stop last possession, turned into what ended up being 8 for the Pirates. I would imagine the ball would be going to Banks here. Handoff will go to him on the near side, an end around run. He's able to get enough for the first down, stopped at the 44. And he will be stopped at the 44. First down, move the sticks. We're at 5:38 remaining here in the fourth quarter now. And to be honest, guys, we haven't seen Trayvon Moore get the ball since I don't think the second quarter, maybe early in the third. We've seen Banks get the ball about 90%, and that other 10%, Colton Howard. Each of those guys have a score. If I'm Lytle defense, I'm keying in on both those guys and making somebody else beat me.
Oh, absolutely. With everything we've seen tonight, if Mr. Banks is over on the right side. I myself probably going to shift over to the left because that's probably the way he's running.
Here is Howard up the middle. And he's stopped immediately. I think he's able to pick up about one. A nice gang tackle there by the Pirates. It looked like it was led by 55, Jonathan Cantu, the senior.
Case and Boyd also in, scraping it off the edge to help out Mr. Cantu with the tackle.
Cason's been in on a lot of tackles so far tonight. They're going to say he didn't even gain a yard, so ball still placed at the 44. 5 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. And as that clock continues to tick, Pirates are running out of opportunities here. Both these teams are. Every possession, every play means that much more. Here comes the end around to Trayvon Moore. Able to avoid Cason Boyd, but able to get him is Rylan Wagner. Devin Caldera, missed him. Rylan Wagner able to get him after a couple on the gain, and that'll be a big 3rd down and 7.
Big 3rd down. I'm expecting to see another big run here by Mr. Banks. Let's see what answer the Pirate defense has for him. Bubba Solis, Rylan Wagner, I'm sure itching to get another tackle here.
So a huge 3rd down and 7. That clock just continues to tick. Only had a few possessions this whole second half. As we near that 4-minute mark, here's Garrett under center. He'll hand the ball off to Banks, and he evades what would be tackler, but he's going to be brought down. A nice tackle by Bubba Solis.
Santiago Garcia also in on the tackle. Great tackle for loss there by the Pirate linebacker squad.
A loss on the play, and that's going to move him back to the original line of scrimmage at the 44-yard line, and that's going to mean a Pirate stop. And I would imagine Randolph would punt it here as the offense leaves the field, and they will punt it. 3:33 remaining here in the fourth quarter. The Pirates don't have anyone back to receive the punt, as it looks like Zachary Placido. There is a bobbled snap. Bubba Solis is going to have him tackled inside the 30-yard line, and a huge mistake by these Rohawks. Lytle takes over.
Big play there by Bubba Solis, coming down with a head full of steam after the bobbled reception there by the punter. Man, if this Lytle offense can get out there, pedal to the metal, I wouldn't be surprised if we get another score on the board here in the last 3 minutes and 19 seconds of this game.
Omarion Williams, the Rohawk punter, bobbled the snap, tried to run it, unable to do so. Bubba Williams stuck him quick and stuck him early. 3:19 remaining, and Lytle finds themselves with the ball at the Rohawk 28-yard line, coming off of a score on their last possession after just a few nice runs there by the Pirates. Here's Aldridge. He'll give it to Castro. Castro to the far side. Cuts it back inside the 25-yard line. There is a flag thrown by the head ref.
Castro able to scoot past almost 3 defenders there. If you're watching, you know how impressive that little scoot to the right was by that player.
A huge holding call there against the Pirates, so that's going to move them back. A huge costly penalty there for the Pirates. And I'm telling you what, guys, this has been consistent. Anytime either team does something well, it seems like there is a flag on the play. These refs have eyes like hawks. Clock's ticking, nearing the 3-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. 14-14 is our score. Lytle with the ball. Here's Aldridge. He's going to roll out right. Look back left. He's going to throw it to De Leon over his head. The intended receiver, that'll stop the clock with 3:01 left. And now Lytle has a big second down coming up here to get some sort of yardage.
You know, everything we've seen tonight kind of led up to the setup for that halfback screen there, but not everyone on the same page. A little bit of an overthrow on that lob pass. Glad it was overthrown and not picked off by a Rohawk defender.
Aldridge has done fairly well on his deeper balls. It's the close screens and the close balls that he struggled with tonight. Missing several times. He'll hand the ball off to Castro. Castro around the outside edge. He does get back to the original line of scrimmage. Finally shoved out at around the 27, 28-yard line, we'll call it.
Very consistent running by Castro tonight.
I'll tell you what, Castro and Cantu are showing off that quickness and hard running. Not really dancing back there. They're hitting the holes, and they're hitting them hard. Finally brought down, I believe, it was Matt Oakland. Or no, excuse me, Parker Cabra on the tackle. So the Pirates with a 3rd and 10. 14-14 is our score. Ball placed at the 28-yard line. Left hash. Here's Aldridge. He rolls out left. The handoff, actually, I'm sorry, it was going to be a handoff. I was confused there. Gave it up the middle, and now a big decision here for McConaughey. Does he have a kicker with a big enough leg? That's about a 26. That's going to be a 43-yard field goal. I would imagine we'd see them elect to go for it here, as that's a long field goal for a high school kicker. I don't know if Aguirre has that kind of leg. So 13 on the play clock, and I'm not sure if the Pirates have a play in yet. I think they're going to elect to call a timeout and get things set up here. So a huge 4th down and 7 coming up for the Pirates. 1:45 remaining, 14-14 here in the 4th quarter. Pirates and Randolph Rohawks. We'll be back here in just a moment. And we're back here, folks. Again, 14-14, Lytle and Randolph. Lytle with the ball at the 25-yard line, 26-yard line. They need 7 here for a first down. 4th down. Aldridge in shotgun. He's got Cantu going in motion. Aldridge is going to look deep, make a couple guys miss, does a spin move, able to get several yards and picks it up, but he's going to be stopped well short of a first down, shoved out around the 25 after a gain of just 1 or so, and now the Pirates here with 1:35 have to come up with a big stop again.
1:35 seconds left in the ballgame.
And a wasted opportunity there for the Pirates after a bad snap on the punt. Randolph unable to get the punt off, and Lytle had the ball at the 28. A big holding penalty, though, bumped him back, and we're never able to recover. So here we go. Here's Garrett underneath center. He's going to give it to Trayvon Moore to the near side. In around, and he's going to be stopped. He's going to drag a couple defenders, though. Rylan Wagner and Kason Boyd in on the tackle. The initial hit made by, I think, Rylan Wagner. And now we stop the clock really quick for a first down run at 1:25. Clock continues to tick now. Ball placed at the 36 near side hash, left hash. And the ball is fumbled on the snap. Garrett able to fall on it. Garrett able to fall on it. So now we've hit the 1 minute mark, 58 seconds remaining.
Messy last 2 minutes here. Neither team really able to put that nail in the coffin.
You got to think that McConaughey might be calling for a timeout here after a second down stop if they're able to get it, trying to give themselves any sort of time left if they want to try to score and win. This time the handoff goes to Colton Howard. He'll drag a couple defenders to the 43-yard line. No timeouts being called. 28 seconds remain. Third down. Looks like McConaughey's going to be fine with just going into overtime. Clock's down to 13 seconds, and we're not going to snap the ball again. So this game is headed to overtime here, folks. 14-14, Lytle and Randolph. A second half comeback by Lytle. They will stop the game. Actually, I apologize. Randolph, I said it a little early. Randolph calls the timeout with just 5 seconds left. And if I'm Lytle, I'm playing a prevent defense here. No balls behind me. Keep everything in front. Even if they get the catch, just make sure you get the sure tackle. So the ball placed at the 42 at the near hash. 3rd down and 4 here. Most likely the last play of the game unless there's an incomplete pass.
Lytle fans on their feet in support of their Pirates.
You would imagine Lytle will be back a little bit further, and now the coaching staff telling them to do so. Randolph coming out in their same formation they have all game. They're going to look deep. Here's Garrett with a lot of time. He's going to look right. Going to try to throw it deep. He's sacked back at the 38-yard line, and that's going to do it. And we're headed to overtime here, folks. Randolph trying to get just one more play in, trying to heave it deep. Garrett unable to even get the ball off. Nice sack and pursuit there by the Pirate defensive lineman. Tell you what there, guys. A solid showing there in the second half from both teams. No, not a whole lot of scoring, but Lytle scoring when it counted. Both teams, Colton Howard able to put the ball in first there in the third, or no, excuse me, I guess that was either late in the third quarter or early in the fourth quarter. Able to punch it in. The point after made it 14-6. Lytle would get the ball back and would, wasn't able to score, held Randolph, got the punt, able to drive down the field in 5 or 6 short plays, got the touchdown, and then a 2-point conversion added on to make it 14-all. Lytle actually had an opportunity to put things away. They had the ball at their own 28-yard line. 28-yard line of Randolph. So in high school rules, I believe they follow college rules where both teams should get the ball placed at the 25. One after the other. That way the second team knows what they have to get to keep it in the game or to win. Unsure of all the high school rules, but I would imagine after the second overtime, both teams would have to go for 2, just like they did for the just like they do for college ball. Looks like the Pirates are gonna. They might have lost the coin flip there, so they will be out on the offensive or be out on offense first, heading into that north end zone. So time doesn't matter here anymore, folks. Each team gets a possession. You get a first down, you keep going, or you got to kick it. And then we'll flip sides and allow the Pirates. In this case, we'll allow Randolph to get the ball and see what they need to do to stay in the game or possibly win. So the Pirates come out in that Pirate formation. He's got Castro to his right, Cantu to his left, I believe. Handoff goes to Castro, off to the left-hand side. Pickup of around 3 or 4, and he'll be stopped there. Nice first down pickup, and that's honestly one of the things Pirates have to do here, guys, is get good yardage on first and second down. No big penalties. Able to make it third down and manageable in case you do want to go for it on fourth down.
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure of the leg on Aguirre. We've seen him make several extra points. We missed one earlier today. Of course, it was a bad exchange on the snap and hold, so wouldn't credit that against him.
Gary is in the backfield, so we might see him scoring points in a different way other than just kicking it over some uprights.
Aguirre goes in motion. Handoff to Castro. Castro inside the 15-yard line. Finally taken down around the first down marker. Tell you what, guys, Castro's had an excellent second half and overtime. Nice hard runs over and over again, and that is a Pirate first down. As we see Vincent Casanova check in. Aguirre will check back off the field there. But a nice first down run by Castro. Ball's placed at the 15-yard line. Far hash, left hash. Casanova to Aldridge's right. And I believe that's Cantu to his left. Cantu with the handoff. He'll take it inside to around the 10. So pickup of 5. And again, a nice first down run here by these Lytle Pirate running backs. They're actually going to place it down at the 9-yard line. So a nice pickup of around, 5 on the play. Excuse me, 6. So 2nd and 4 here. He's got Placido split out wide to the near side. Logan Wilson to the far side. A little confusion there for the Pirates on the snap. Not sure if there was supposed to be a flag for false start. It looked like the running back is trying to go in well early. Castro got away with one, and he'll get a couple yards, and it'll be a 3rd down. The Randolph coaches on the other side not too happy about that. They are not happy about that. Hands thrown up in the air. They thought it was a false start, and it could have been a costly penalty. Again, we've seen these Pirates have several costly penalties. Same for Randolph. Placido to the near side. Wilson to the top. Casanova to the right. Handoff this time is going to go, I believe, enough for a first down. Not sure who that was on the handoff. It looked like number 8.
Looks like Cantu was in on that one, Zach.
So it might have been Mark Cantu, and that's going to be a first down. So ball taken to the 5-yard line. We're going to have a 1st and goal for the Pirates. Ball placed on the left hash. If you're just joining us here, folks, Lytle and Randolph in overtime, 14-14. Lytle got the ball first after losing the coin flip. From the 5, here's Aldridge. Hands the ball off to Cantu. Evades a tackler. He's got the edge, and he's in there for a touchdown. Touchdown, Lytle. A huge run by Mark Cantu, and Cantu finds the end zone. Put the Pirates up 20-14. And now a huge point after here, Jacob and Justin. We've already seen one miss. Got to have a good snap and hold and good kick, obviously. There's Wagner in for the hold. Aguirre for the point after. The snap is good, hold is good, and the kick is up, and that is also good. We've got a 21-14 ball game here, folks.
Oh, man.
And these Pirate players and fans are all pumped up. Everyone on their feet, cheering loud. Love to see it. So the Pirates now with a big stop needed. The head coach is over there for Randolph. Not happy at all. Not happy at all. As they thought there was a couple of late substitutions there, which I saw as well, especially there on the extra point. It looked like Jason Monreal was still on the field, and he escaped in time. As this Pirate defense will head back out onto the field, needing a stop here. Randolph will need to go for it every time, any 4th down. They've done it pretty much every time tonight so far anyways, but definitely needing to do it here as they've got to score and get an extra point to tie things up, or could go for 2 to try to go for the win.
A lot of the players for Lytle were just on the field in that offensive unit, able to make the most of the opportunity given. Hopefully they can do that on the defensive side as well.
Fans are going crazy over here. The end around goes to Trayvon Moore on the far side. Evades a couple of tacklers, still on his feet. Gets a first down. He's down inside the 15, takes it down to around the 10. A huge first down pickup for Trayvon Moore in this Randolph offense. They'll move the chains quickly, but again, they've got to score a touchdown. First downs don't matter.
The ball is spotted at the 12 to 13 yard line.
Or the time doesn't matter, excuse me. First downs obviously matter. As Garrett now gets set. Same formation all game. 2 up backs, a receiver near side this time. Handoff goes to Banks on the near side. Trying to get that edge. Cuts it back in. Gonna still be on his feet inside the 5. Down inside the 2 or 3 yard line. And he might have enough for a first down. Let's see where they spot it. It looks to be at around the 3. I think they're going to say he's down about a yard shy. So 2nd and 1 coming up. And in 2 big plays, Randolph already knocking on the door. So Lytle scored first, 21 to 14. Randolph in 2 plays down to the 3. You know both these teams have got to be gassed here. Lytle coaching staff hoping they can stop them here. We'll need a huge stop here. Here's Garrett. Handoff to Colton Moore up the middle. He's going to be stopped immediately. Rylan Wagner sniffed that one out. Might have had enough for a first down, though. No, they're going to say he didn't get it. So 3rd down and probably a foot.
It looks like he's going to be short of the first down.
So Lytle needing 2 plays in a row here for no gain to win this thing. Randolph just needs maybe half a yard to get a fresh set of downs inside what would be the 2. No, they're going to go ahead and say they gave him a first down. So 4 downs to score here from about the 2-yard line.
Looks like they're going to give Randolph the first down on that carry. It'll be 1st and goal with the Rohawks.
So 4 downs to score and get an extra point here if you're Randolph. 4 stops and you win if you're Lytle. Here's Garrett underneath. Takes the snap from the center. Handoff to Colton Moore. No, it's going to be to Trayvon Moore on the far side, and he's going to be in for the touchdown. They had us confused. I thought it was going to Colton Howard up the middle, and he would have been stopped. But Trayvon Moore in for the touchdown. 21 to 20 now, and Randolph strikes back. So it's all up to this extra point here as Garrett, the quarterback, gets set here. If you're Lytle here, you'd think you'd sell out for the kick. Try to get a block.
If I was Randolph, I'd just hand it to Mr. Banks, let him do what he does.
Looks
Hopefully
like
he gets
Randolph's
the
going to
end
call a timeout. They might have liked to go for 2 here, to be quite honest. They had the PAT unit out there. As Randolph will call a timeout. So again, Lytle struck first, scoring and getting the extra points to 21 to 20. So a big decision here for the Randolph Rohawks. Do they kick it or go for 2 here? And it looks like, based on them being in an offensive huddle, I would imagine they're going for 2, and they want to go for the win. So a Lyra Pidal stop, and Lytle gets their first district win. Randolph gets the win. They move on to 2-0. They are going to come back out with their offensive unit. Same unit they've had all game. Going to have Colton Howard, I would assume, behind the quarterback, Garrett, and Trayvon Moore and Banks as the upbacks. They're going to run the same play here. Jared Banks gets the handoff. He's going to be stopped.
Big stop
and Lytle
by
gets
Cantu.
the win. Jonathan Cantu with the stop and the win for the Lytle Pirates. Oh, wow, what a stop by Lytle. The handoff went to Banks, who had been killing the Pirates all game, and Jonathan Cantu comes up with the stop of the game.
What an ending to tonight's homecoming game, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of big plays in this second half after an almost quiet first half.
A huge win for the Pirates. A 2-point conversion that was stopped.
Please put your hands together for both ball clubs. That was a fantastic game.
Maybe like a 3-yard loss on the play, and Jonathan Cantu sniffed that one out from a long ways away. And an excellent win here tonight for the Pirates as they get their first district win of the 2020 season, improving their record to 3-4 total on the season, 1-2 now in district play. So excellent job by the Pirates. In a quick post-game here, Justin, what are your thoughts on tonight's game?
We saw a lot of explosive plays this second half. If Lytle can take all the good parts of this second half and transfer it down the rest of the season, incorporating that passing game into their already very, very stout run game, they will have a lot of success. They are ending out this season with some of their tougher teams. Noticeable final game is Jourdanton at home. Last year, Jourdanton gave the Pirates a schooling in how to score touchdowns. So if they can take all the good parts of this second half and transfer it down the rest of the season, they are going to have a lot of success.
I agree. So again, Lytle with their first district win of the 2020 season, improving to 1-2 in district play, beating a 1-1 team now, Randolph. Randolph came in 1-0. They're now 1-1. Lytle able to get the win tonight against Randolph in an overtime thriller. Up next for the Lytle Pirates will be Cotulla on the road next Friday, and then followed by San Antonio Cole away. And then I think there might be one other game after that. They're showing Cole on the schedule away and then home back-to-back weeks. I think that might be an error. And then Jourdanton, the final game, like you said, Justin, at home. So up next for the Randolph Rohawks, they will now be 4-2 on the season total, 1-1 in district play. They're set to play Jourdanton next week at home, then followed by away against Cotulla, at home against Marion, and then away versus Poteet. So again, excellent game here by both teams. Lytle coming out with the win, 21-20 in an overtime thriller. Look forward to seeing you guys here in a couple of weeks. For Justin and myself, Zach Covey, thanks so much for tuning in. Lytle Pirates with a big 21-20 win. Good night, folks.